If you want to brighten a photo in GIMP, you're in the right place. In this video, I'll show you 3 simple methods you can use depending on how dark your image is and how much control you want over the final result. We'll start with the fastest option, then move into a better method for recovering detail, and finish with an advanced technique for more precise brightness control. If this tutorial helps you out, go ahead and hit like and subscribe for more easy software guides just like this. Alright, let's jump into GIMP. First, open the photo you want to edit inside GIMP. Once your image is loaded, take a quick look and decide how dark it is. If the entire photo is just a little too dim, the quickest fix is usually the brightness contrast tool. This is perfect when you want a fast adjustment and don't need anything too advanced. To use it, go to the top menu and click Colors. From the drop-down, select Brightness Contrast. A small adjustment window will appear with 2 sliders. Start by moving the brightness slider to the right. As you drag it, you'll see the image lighten in real time. Be careful not to push it too far because over-brightening can make the image look unnatural. If the photo starts to look a little flat or washed out, use the contrast slider to bring some depth back into the image. A small increase is usually enough. The goal is to brighten the picture while still keeping it clear and balanced. Once it looks good, click OK to apply the changes. That's the fastest way to brighten a photo in GIMP. Now, if your image is darker and you want a little more control, the exposure tool is a great next option. This method is especially useful when you want to recover detail from a photo that feels underexposed. It works a bit like adjusting a camera setting, helping you add light without making the image look overly edited. To do that, go back to the top menu and click Colors again. This time, choose Exposure. You'll see an exposure slider, and in some cases, a black level slider as well. Start by increasing the exposure gradually. Don't make a huge jump right away. Move it little by little and watch how the subject becomes more visible. If the dark areas lose too much depth, adjust the black level slider to restore some shadow detail and contrast. This helps keep the image from looking faded. When you're happy with the brightness and overall balance, click OK. This method is ideal when you want a more natural-looking correction than basic brightness alone. For even more precision, especially if you want to brighten the middle tones without destroying the highlights or lifting the shadows too much, use the Curves tool. This is the most advanced of the 3 methods, but it gives you much better control over the final look. If you want your edits to feel more professional, this is the tool to learn. To use curves, once again go to Colors in the top menu and select Curves. A graph will appear with a diagonal line running from the bottom left to the top right. This line represents the tonal range of your image. To brighten the photo, click around the middle of the line to create a control point. Then drag that point upward slightly. As you do this, you'll brighten the midtones, which often makes the photo look more balanced and natural. Try not to pull the curve too high, because that can blow out the bright areas and reduce detail. Small adjustments usually give the best results. You can also create additional points if needed to fine-tune the shadows and highlights separately. Once the image looks the way you want it to, click OK to apply the curves adjustment. So to quickly recap, use brightness contrast for a fast overall fix. Use exposure when you want to recover more natural-looking detail, and use curves when you want the most control over brightness and tone. Each method has its place, and the best one depends on how dark your photo is and what kind of result you want. If this video helped you brighten your photo in GIMP, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more simple editing tutorials. And if you want, you can also try all 3 methods on the same image to see which one gives you the best result. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.